much for tuning in. My name is Lexi. If you're new there, hey girl, welcome to my channel. If you're existing, then welcome back to my channel. I really do appreciate you supporting me. My Makeup Monday videos are doing so well. They're starting to gain traction, and I'm so happy. And I'm so happy when you all say that you love them and you leave me comments. It just means the world to me. So today's video is this makeup look right here. I slayed this look. But we're going to talk about overthinking and just taking everything personally. Yeah, that's what we're going to talk about in this Makeup Monday video. So I hope you find this video to be helpful and stay tuned. Alright, y'all. So I'm back. I tried to film this. It was not working out for me. So I'm going to do a makeup look that I know how to do. That I did on live on my Instagram. I'm using Puree from the Peach Palette. This look is all from the Peach Palette. So this is it. So I'm starting off. Yeah, I know, right underneath the concealer. Today's topic will be overreacting about things. How to stop overreacting. So, I have a problem with thinking the extreme for everything. Like, my mind always reverts to the worst. For everything. Like, it don't matter what it is. It could be like in a friendship, in a relationship, co-workers, anything. My mind always does this. I don't do it anymore. I don't do it as much. If I see myself doing it, then I'll like put myself in check, but it's not as bad as it used to be. I was at work the other day and a girl got hired. I'm gonna be in focus. So a girl got hired at my job, and she was doing the same position that me and this other girl were doing, and then she moves on to a higher position, probably like her third day of being there. So my coworker is like, do you know that girl? She just started and now she's doing this position. So she had told me about it and she was like, she feels some type of way about it. I told her, I said, I don't feel some type of way because, I mean, I'm looking at the bigger picture of things. I don't even know if I'll still be with this company next year. You know what I'm saying? I'm just in this place because this is where I'm placed right now. And I'm just here making the best of it. And she was like so upset. So she goes on. So I could tell she's mad. Like throughout the whole day, she's mad. She's ready to go. It affected her so badly to the point where she was just like, I gotta take a break. I'm going to the bank to get me the drink. She was like, I have panic attacks. I can't be doing this. Da, da, da. Whatever. Comes back from her break and she's like, I think that they think that we're not good enough to go to that position. So the whole time I'm like, what? So it's crazy because I always talk about how you should protect your circle and the things that you're around. So I'm feeling good about my job. I told y'all I had changed my mindset towards my job. And you know, I'm like, okay, I get to go to work. I get to do this, and that. I know this is just a time frame. It's nothing that serious, you know. I'm just in a good place. And I started to second guess myself, like, damn, maybe they do feel like that, you know? But I had asked her previously, before she even said that, I asked her, I said, are you sure that the girl was not hired for the position that she's in? She's like, I'm sure. I'm going in with Summer Yum, right underneath that color. I love Summer Yum. It's just pretty. It's just an orange-based color. It's just pretty. So I tell her, I'm like, are you sure she wasn't hired for the position that she's in? She's like, I'm sure. I'm talking about she spent all day being so mad, y'all. The next day, she's like, oh, I talked to her and I asked her if she was hired for the other position. She was hired for the position that she's in. She just did our position probably for like a day or so. So I'm thinking to myself, like, I was like, I told you. I told her, I told you. All you have to do is ask, you know. It just goes to show you that if you overreact about things, it can really like mess you up, mess your day up. I'm pretty sure she went on her lunch break, was telling her wife all of what went down, this and that, mad as hell all day, went home, was still mad, went to sleep, woke up, still upset, I think I should quit. You went through all these emotions for no reason. And I feel like a lot of times we jump to the extreme. Like, well, are they trying to say that I'm this? Are they trying to say that I'm that? And that's not even the case. I want to talk to y'all about what I do when I'm feeling like I'm overreacting, or when I'm making up shit in my head and I'm just upset over something that wasn't even said to me. First thing is, hold on, get my little notes, my little notey notes. Alright, y'all, I'm gonna hear some noise in the background. Sorry, but anyway. I'm going in with Charmed, I'm sure, from the palette in this corner. And I'm putting it in my crease to deepen my crease. With the outer corner to deepen my eye. So, first thing I do is when I feel like I'm overreacting to something, or something is going on and I feel some type of way about it, I always take a step back and look from the outside looking in. Because sometimes when you look at it from your point of view, you're kind of like, well, how I feel about it is how I feel about it, or whatever. Or you're more inclined to overreact. So I always take a step back and be like, okay, Alexis, why do you feel like this? Sometimes outside factors affect why we feel the way that we feel, whether you want to believe it or not. So think about a time when you was like, oh, I'm having a horrible day. It may have been one thing that happened throughout the day, like, oh, your boyfriend pissed you off so bad, now you're mad at everybody, or now you go over your mama's house, you got attitude with her, you got attitude with your sister, you got attitude with such and such, you got attitude with such and such, because, I got the wrong brush, because you've let that anger, like, take over you, and you already overreacted to whatever was going on, and now you feel some type of way. So I always take a step back and be like, okay, why am I reacting this way, or why am I thinking what I'm thinking? Whether I verbally said something and overreacted, or whether I internalized it and was like in my own head, in my own feelings, like they said this to me, or blah blah. I'm the type of person that a lot of people don't know, but I am very sensitive. I'm sensitive. I'm very blunt, but I'm very sensitive. And I am inside of my own head a lot. Like, I overthink a whole lot, and it's not really good. I'm not as bad as I used to be. I'm getting better. I already know this. But, yo, I will overthink something in a heartbeat, or I will always jump to the end. Like, it is because of shit I've been through just in general. Like, when I first start talking to somebody, if they don't, like, call me back or something, I instantly think, like, they don't want to talk to me no more. They don't like me no more. Because I've had instances where I've dated people and they just don't call back no more. So I brought that into my adulthood and my life now. So you have to be able to identify what the past shit is and why you do the things that you do, and be able to fix those things. Because it's not healthy. Because you know how stressful it is to sit there and worry about somebody didn't call you back tonight. They're not going to never call you back because they don't like you. Like, girl, it's too much energy. It takes too much time. And especially if you don't even know that for a fact. So really consider why you're feeling the way you're feeling. Sometimes we lash out, or sometimes we lash out, or we take things out on other people, or we just break down some other way because we have a whole bunch of stuff going on in our life. Which you have the right to break down and, you know, feel how you want to feel about whatever. But don't overthink something just to be overthinking it, or don't do that, because it's just not good. It just takes too much energy and too much time to overthink. And then I've been in instances where I've thought something and then the person called me, it ain't nothing like what I thought it was. Like, oh you had lost your phone, oh your phone just died. I'm talking about I done went through this whole process in my head. Oh, they might be out with somebody else, or they might like somebody else, or they probably don't even like me like that, or I might have said the wrong thing. What did I say wrong? What's wrong with me? Why don't they want, like, it'd be like a never ending cycle. And I done went through this whole process and they phone just died. Like, girl, no ma'am, no ma'am. I'm still just going over with Charmed, I'm sure, because I want it to be like really deep. So I'm just going over that spot. Next thing I said was to consider whether or not you heard someone say however you're feeling. You see how I told you my coworker was like, they feel like we're not good enough. But if no one ever told you, I'm a firm believer of, I can discern people. I have the discernment spirit. I can just discern how a person is. I can tell if your vibe is off. I believe in paying attention to people's actions to show whether or not so that you can know whether or not they feel a certain way about you or how they feel about you. Your actions always show how you feel about me, but I'm not going to sit there and dwell in that place based off of how you feel about me. I just can't stay there. So when I say, what did I say? Did someone actually say? Okay, did someone actually say this to you? Do you have all the facts? I'm not talking about you considering, oh, what they showed you. You can consider it to a fact, but if a person did not verbally say something, and sometimes you kind of just know in your heart, like, damn, they feel this type of way about me, whatever. But I'm talking about when you don't even know, they didn't show you nothing. Even if they did, this still kind of applies. Did they say that to you? For real. Take a step back and say, did they say that to me? It's plenty of people that's in relationships, the person loved them, but they cheated on them. They found somebody else that they loved even more. That don't mean they don't got no love for them. That sometimes shit just go the way it's supposed to go, or sometimes things just work out the way they're supposed to work out. And we sit there and dwell in the misery of it. Was that true? Did they really say that? If a person didn't tell you they don't love you no more, that means that they didn't say that. So that's not true. Or sometimes a person don't even got to speak, and I've been in a position where a person didn't even speak and I just thought what I wanted to think. Well, damn, they ain't say nothing to me. This could go so many different ways. Like, really consider what you are telling yourself and what is verbally being said. If a person didn't say it, then it's not true. Period. I want to deepen this brown. I want to put another brown. I think I'm going to go in with the puree again. Just on top of that. I always consider whether or not the person said it, or did they verbally say it to you. If they did not, you cannot get yourself worked up about something that you think. Your insecurities within people always show themselves. That told me that maybe she's insecure within herself, within her own craft, within the job herself, and she feels like she's not good enough. So therefore she's going to project that onto whoever and say, oh, they feel like I'm not good enough. When low-key you feel like you're not good enough. Your insecurities will always show itself, but it's your job to put it in check. Like, I don't give a damn how I feel. I am good enough, and I know I can be better. I know I can do this. I tell her, I said, you know, we placed in places for a reason. We were placed here for a reason. You learn the reason. If you're not supposed to be here, you just won't be here. You keep it moving. That's simply how it goes. And that's just how life goes. Sometimes you think you got it all figured out, and you think, oh, I'm just going to do this, and you think you're going to tell God what you're going to do, and he throw a wrath up in there and show you what you're going to do. Girl, that girl was mad. I'm talking about hot all day long. I'm like, girl, what's going on with you? Girl, she was mad. If a person didn't say it, it is not facts, okay? It is not real. I can't even tell y'all how much energy I've wasted on thinking somebody said something that they didn't need to say, or thinking that they don't like me no more, or thinking that they doing this and that, or thinking, and I ain't even thinking about the people right now. I got so caught up and so worried about that I'm not even thinking about them now. Like, in that moment I was just so worried about it, but now I was like, okay, it just makes no sense. Next thing I put was, have you ever considered that? So this is for the instance of you overreacting because someone said something to you, or you feel some type of way because somebody said something to you. Did you ever think that that person may be going through something and they don't have no other way to verbalize it or say how they feel? Because I kind of feel like overreacting can be so many different ways. It could be you overreacting to what somebody said to you. It could be you overreacting from something that somebody did not say. It could be you overreacting by saying it verbally to that person and they know that you overreacting. Like, what? Where did you get that from? It doesn't correlate. Or it could be you internalizing, like overreacting internally and mentally. Keep playing the same thing over and over and over again. So it's so many different instances of you overreacting that you have to be on top of your feelings and your emotions so that you can know what to so you can know what to combat it with. Like, no, that ain't real. Like, outside of yourself to know how to react to whatever you're feeling. I've had instances where somebody will say something to me and I drag it all the way out, like, and a lot of people don't know I think I just said this on here, but I feel like I refilmed this, so I don't know if I did. I am sensitive about some stuff, and sometimes people used to say stuff. I'm not like this no more. Well, I am to an extent. It just depends on what it is or who the person is. But people will say something to me, and I'll think about it later. Like, it won't be in that moment, but then like 2 days later, I'll think about what they said, and it'll be like, damn, do I really like that? Or do they really feel that way about me? Or do people really see me like that? Like, it'll mess with me. Not taking into consideration that person may have said that because they low-key jealous of me. Or they may feel some type of way about me. Or they may have their own insecurities where they can't do. You never really know people's intentions and how they're really feeling internally. And that's the scary part to me. Like, somebody may say something to you like, you don't need to be driving that. Or if I say, damn, I want to get me a BMW. I drive a BMW. I got a BMW X6. I love it. That's my favorite car. You shouldn't even be driving no BMW. Da 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 da. That shows that they are insecure within themselves and they mad because they're not driving a BMW, or they tried to get a BMW, it didn't work out. It could go so many different ways, and then we take that like, damn, they feel that type of way about me. Like, they supposed to be my friend. Why would they do this? But you have to look at the bigger picture. Now I'll keep over like thinking it, then I'll be like, dang, I can't believe they said that, or they feel this type of way about me. When in reality, they have a problem within themselves. Let people have a problem within themselves, and you don't internalize what they say or do or how they act. It's some people I work with at my job that I'm just like, I can't believe that I can kind of tell the miserable ones. I'm just really good at that. So I just be like, I can kind of tell that you're miserable just in life in general. So whatever you do to me could never really affect me to the point that your life is affecting you. So I can't even get mad. Like, girl, go ahead. If you want to do that, if you all doing all that extra, go ahead, because it just shows me where you're at in life. It really makes me no different, you know. So stop taking everything so personally and, oh, they said this. Girl, I would stay up in the sad place talking about what somebody said and what they didn't do and what they did. I got mad at one of my old friends because she didn't answer the phone when I thought I was having a panic attack. I'm talking about I'm mad. Was hot. She don't even know I was mad to this day. I done made up in my head like, dang, I know she see me calling her. If I was somebody else, she would have answered. Da, 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 da. I done did all this and did all that. And it's like, girl, that's not even true. What if she would just sleep? Or what if her phone died? Or what if whatever? Like, but I get in my moments when I'm like that, and I don't know why. And I don't know why. Like how I told y'all, I would be like, okay, this person, when I was 18, didn't call me back when we went on a date. So therefore, every guy I talk to is going to do the same thing. Like, they're going to, like, when they don't call me back, then they don't want to ever talk to me ever again. And I got to deal with that. And that's just how it is. That's just what it is. I literally used to be in that place, y'all. Stop putting your past hurt on other people. Stop taking their past hurts along to every relationship and every friendship. Well, my friend used to talk about, I used to have a girlfriend. She used to talk about me. So therefore, I don't have friends that are girls. Stop doing that. You'll miss out on who you're supposed to be around or who you're supposed to be with, cutting people off and doing all of that when that ain't even the case because of what you've been through in your past. You have to leave the past where it's at. Yeah, I know I always say that. Leave that thing right where it's staying. Your past hurts to have you overreacting too, just like I told y'all. Because I feel like, oh, such and such ain't answer my phone call when I was 18 and he ain't really like me like that. Then every guy that don't answer my phone call is gonna do that to me. Every guy that tell me he gonna do something and don't do it, it fuck with me. Really sit down and think about your life and think about the past stuff that you've been through, whether it was when you was a kid, a teenager, and think about how it has resonated in your adult life. Why do you do the things that you do? We all do the things that we do for a reason. And is what you doing healthy? You overreacting about every little thing, is that healthy? It also shows some form of insecurity. I feel like we all have our insecurities about whatever we have our insecurities about, but it takes a daily thing. Like, you have to practice every day to be like, okay, I'm confident in my choices, I'm confident in my decisions, I'm not insecure, I am amazing, I am this, and that. It takes time to get there. But if you're not working towards it, you can never get there. If you don't think shit wrong with you, you think everything you do is all peachy keen and I don't do nothing wrong, then you ain't gonna never get there. You're gonna never get there, man. So y'all know I always do one eye at a time, but today I'm gonna do both eyes together and just see how this works out for me. I'm using this big old brush to carve this thing out and I don't like it, but I can't find I just had my concealer brush and I don't know where the heck it went. I'm just gonna blend over that part because that look bad. Alright. I'm going to take Nectar. Actually, I'm going to take White Peach because I just want to use White Peach. So I'm going to take White Peach and I'm going to go in toward the beginning of the eye. I'm just going to pat it onto my eye. It's not going to show like that. I'll show a little bit. Just to give me a little base. Then we're going to do Nectar. On top of that, it's a shiny shade. Like, it's like a shimmery shade. I'm talking about it's a shiny shade. And we're just going to pat that on. I love this shade so much. I think Nectar is a pretty shade. I really had to consider, you know how people say, like, when you're single, you need to try to figure out what it is that you want to do, what you like. So that when you do get married, it will be a task in itself. But you don't want to bring any extra baggage onto your marriage or whoever you're going to be with. And you know how I always say to myself, I have a friend back home and he called himself liking me and I didn't really like him like that. But I tell him all the time, like, I'm too much. I'm a lot to handle. I know I'm annoying as hell. I always have to be reassured. I'm just annoying. And it takes a special type of person to deal with me. And I feel like love does conquer all. So if a person loves me, they're willing to put up with my ways. But I also know that I have to be able to identify what it is that I do incorrectly or what I do that's annoying or what I do that can be too much. I'm not putting the white on this side. Well, I guess I could. We could put the white over here. Put the white over here. And then I'm going to go with Nectar on top. Put White Peach on first. And you have to really consider, you know how some people are just so stuck in their ways. I never want to be that type of person. Like, you know how you like see your parents, even if you're younger, you're probably not stuck in your ways as of yet, or you may be, it just depends. But you'll see it in a lot of older people. Like, how I am is how I am. I never want to be that person. I always want to be the person that knows, like, okay, I need to develop myself. I need to be better here. I need to be a better person here. I need to be a better, when I become married, I need to be a better wife here. I need to be a better mother here. I need to be a better this, and that. I always want to be open to being better than what I am. I don't ever want to be 60 and be like, well, who I am and who I am. Because sometimes who you are is fucked up. Life makes you... I'm going in with cobbler on the ends. And I'm going to pat it onto my lid. Sometimes things happen where we're affected by, such as things in your childhood, things in your teenage years. Whether you believe it or not, things affect you. You were shaped and molded from your family. You were shaped and molded from the things that you went through. And if I promise you sit down and think about it, like, why am I like this? Why do I feel like I can never be alone? Why does it hurt me so bad when people leave me? I'm gonna say I have a problem with people not keeping their word. Like, that's really a deal breaker for me. And I think it's because when I was little, my daddy used to tell me he was coming to pick me up and he would never come. And I would sit there with my coat on. I'm not taking my coat off, bro. I'm sitting there with my coat on at the window waiting on him to come, and he would never come. And because of that, now, if you don't keep your word to me, that means it says a lot to me. It just means something to me. And if I love you, I'm willing to put up with it to an extent. I'll probably give you about 3 tries. The 3rd try, I'm going to, like, bring it up. Like, okay, I don't like when you do this because it makes me feel this way. It could be the littlest thing, like you say you're going to call me back and don't call me back, and it affects me. It makes me feel like, damn, you can't keep your word with this, then that means you can't keep your word with that. So no one can tell me that your childhood didn't shape and mold how you are, and some shit fucked you up. But it's up to you to change what you got going. It ain't up to nobody else. You can't put that shit on nobody else, what you went through or how you feel and how you react to stuff. You can't put that through to nobody else. You got to figure that out yourself. I feel like I have some form of, not separation anxiety, but it just hurts my soul when somebody leaves me. I'm better than I was, but when it just ends, it hurts my soul. I cannot even explain the feeling. Like, even friendships. I've cried over friendships, bro. When I was younger, 18, 19. I thought you was my friend. They was talking about me and they was doing this. I've cried. It hurted my soul. I'm talking about hurt it. It hurt my soul. And I know it's because of how I am, how I was, how it shaped and molded me. And it's an everyday effort to be better. So I make these videos because I want y'all to be better. I want us to be better together. Like, girl, stop blaming people for things that happened in your past, and stop overreacting for stuff, and stop giving your energy to stuff that don't matter. Damn job don't matter. You sitting there mad as hell all day. You done been mad all day. All of your feelings, I think I'm gonna quit. Not to say she said she was gonna quit, but I know the cycle of you doing that, and then you go home. Damn, I done sat outside of jobs and cried because I didn't want to go in there. Because I done worked myself up so bad to think that it's just so bad and so horrible. Girl, get over yourself. I'm going over with caramelized. I think caramelized is pretty. Even if I just left this matte, I still feel like it would be pretty. Caramelized is a dark shimmery shade, and I'm mixing it with cobbler. And cobbler is pretty as heck too. So I'm just blending those 2 shades together. I love this look so much. This is like my favorite look, I've ever done. I've done this look probably like 3 times. So it's my absolute fave, and it's so simple. It's just so simple. It just looks so good. So I wanted to really make this video because I want you all to really take a step back and think about your relationships, think about your friendships, think about your relationships at work, with your coworker, with your boss, with whoever. Any type of relationship, it doesn't have to be romantically involved. Think about if you're overreacting to things, or if you're letting shit get to you throughout your whole day. It's a difference between reacting to something and overreacting and taking it to the extremes of what it could possibly be, or really putting yourself in a negative place based off of what you're thinking or what you've been through, or it's just so much that goes into it. I want you to really consider that and consider using my tips. The best thing that has helped for me is to take a step back and just really be like, Alexis, are you overreacting? Or did something cause you to feel this way? Is something happening that's making you feel this way? Do you have animosity, or what is it? So really take a step back on your conversations. I challenge you to take a step back and be like, yeah, maybe I did do a little too much. And if you did do too much, if you verbally did too much, go to that person and apologize. Hey, I do it all the fucking time. I know I said this, and that. I didn't mean it like that, or I didn't mean it, and I'm sorry. I overreacted. I know I could have acted better, and I apologize. It doesn't hurt you to give someone an apology or to let them know that you were at fault. It's totally fine. So I hope you find this video to be helpful. I love you all so much. Don't forget to thumbs up this video. Subscribe to my channel. Share this video with a friend. Share my channel with a friend. My goal was to reach 10,000 subscribers by the end of this year, and I have not reached it yet. So I have a month to reach it. That's 5,000 people in a month, but I'm up for the challenge. Even if I don't reach it, I'm just setting my bar high, setting my standard high. So be sure to help me and share my channel with a friend, or share my channel with someone if this helped you. I love you all so much. Share my channel on your Instagram. Share my channel on whatever. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Snapchat as well. I love you all. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye, guys.